Hi everyone! Today I am going to be filming my foundation collection for you guys. So just so you can see, here is a good bunch of my foundations in this tray. This is not all the foundations I own. Some of them I have backups and some of them I've got a couple of other brands that just don't fit because I have too many at the moment. But yeah, this is the main compartment where I keep all my foundations. This drawer set I got from TK Maxx for £15. So I have a lot of foundations ranging in prices, quality, brands, coverage, all of that stuff. So I'm just going to go through all my foundations, try to keep them in some kind of order, and then give a review of each one. So I'm going to start off with my drugstore slash high street brand foundations and how I feel about them. So because these are all from the same brand, I thought I would just knock it out in one go. These are the 4 Rimmel foundations that I own. I've got the Rimmel Match Perfection foundation, the Rimmel Wake Me Up foundation, 25-hour lasting finish foundation, and the Stay Matte foundation. This one here, the Rimmel Match Perfection, was the first foundation I ever bought in my whole life. And these used to be my everyday foundation all through secondary school. Wore this every single day. It was my favorite. I love the coverage. It's not full coverage, but it's like a really light coverage, I would say, but it does, you know, make your skin look a lot better than what it would without it. And I just really like the consistency of this foundation. It's really easy to blend. The color selection is really good, and I just love it. I'm in the shade 010 Light Porcelain. Next one is the Rimmel Wake Me Up foundation, again in 010 Light Porcelain. I haven't worn this one all too much, to be honest. I don't know why. The packaging is really pretty. It's got the orange lid and all that. But I just haven't ventured into using this all that often. The newest one that I got is the Lasting Finish 25-hour foundation. This is in the shade 100 Ivory because they didn't have... I got this shade because they didn't have the 010 Light Porcelain when I was there, so I just got this one, but this is way too dark for me at the moment. This is a much fuller coverage compared to the other two. I would say this is more a full coverage foundation or a medium to full coverage foundation, and the other two are more light coverage. This one is the Rimmel Stay Matte foundation. Now I would say this is a medium coverage foundation. It is matte, like very matte. It makes my skin look super dry, and my skin is dry anyway, so it makes my skin look like really dry. But overall the coverage is really good, and yeah, I don't really have much to say about this. This is actually a really cheap foundation. This is cheaper than all the other ones. Moving on to my 2 L'Oreal foundations, I have got the L'Oreal True Match foundation and the L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour matte foundation. This one here is the True Match. It's in the old packaging. This is like one of my favorite like drugstore foundations ever. I'm in the lightest shade, which is C1, and this is amazing. It is a pink toned foundation, so it's perfect for me because I've got pink undertones. It's really good coverage. I would say like a maybe light to medium coverage, and it's just amazing. L'Oreal Infallible Matte Foundation is full coverage. This is the shade 10 Porcelain, which is the lightest shade. It's a little bit dark for me, but I just work with it because the coverage is so good, and if I blend it out, it looks okay. This is full coverage, and it is matte. Like, it makes your skin, again, like the Rimmel one, it just makes your skin matte. I almost forgot, I have another L'Oreal foundation. This is the Nude Magique Eau de Teint foundation in the shade 100 Porcelain. This is the runniest, oiliest foundation I've ever used in my whole life. It is so runny. I went to pour it onto my sponge, and it just went all down my arm. The coverage is good, but it's not like my favorite formula. It feels very oily when I put it on my face. Overall, the foundation is good. It makes your skin look more smooth, but also I just don't like the way it makes my skin feel. Moving on to my Maybelline foundations, I've got the Maybelline Dream Flawless Nude foundation and the Maybelline Fit Me foundation. Now this one, again like the L'Oreal one, makes my skin so oily. 10 Ivory, and it is not ivory. This is so dark. I cannot wear this when I have got my natural skin color. It is very runny. As you can see, it's basically water. The Maybelline Fit Me foundation in the shade 115 Ivory. Again, this is too dark for me, so I cannot wear this. I've worn this once, and it just, my whole face was too dark, and my body was so light, so it looked very odd. I do really like the coverage of this, but I just can't wear it because of the color. Next, we have got my one and only Bourjois foundation. This is the Bourjois Healthy Mix Serum foundation in the shade 51 Light Vanilla. I do really like this foundation. I have worn this a good amount. I probably have about half left. This, I would say, is a light to medium coverage, which is what I prefer. Like, on most days I won't wear a full coverage foundation, so this is actually what I do prefer. But yeah, it is a nice foundation and it's not that expensive. I also have one Lonely Max Factor foundation. This is the Skin Luminizer foundation in the shade 40 Light Ivory. This matches me very well and it is a glowy foundation, so if I want more of a dewy glowy look for that day, I will definitely wear this. Next, I have got two Revlon foundations. I've got the Revlon Colourstay for normal to dry skin in 110 Ivory, and I got the Revlon Age Defying DNA Advantage Cream Makeup Foundation in the shade 10 Bare Buff. The Revlon Colourstay, this is the highlighter shade they do. This is what I'm wearing today. I absolutely love this foundation. I think it's very good. It's for normal to dry skin, which is what I have, so it's a very good coverage foundation for me and it makes my skin feel very nice. I just don't like Revlon as a brand. Age Defying foundation. I've worn this maybe 2 or 3 times. It's too dark for me. It's the shade 10 Bare Buff, which is the lighter shade they do. It's a nice foundation. Nothing like particularly special about it. It's just pretty average to me and it's super expensive, so I don't really know why. I have one NYC foundation. I have never worn this in my whole life. I don't know why I even bought this. This is in the shade 737 Classic Ivory, which I believe is the lightest shade, but I just don't know why. I just never ever reached for this. I've got this Makeup Academy matte foundation in the shade 1 Soft Sand. This is very, very cheap. This was about £2, £3 or something. I just don't like this. The colouring is really bad. This is very yellow based, so I cannot wear it. When I wear it, I just look like an Oompa Loompa, so I cannot wear this. But the coverage is pretty good. I would say a good medium coverage. Then I've got two foundations here from the Body Shop. I've just got their Moisture Foundation, and then I have their Extra Virgin Minerals Cream Foundation. This is in the shade 2, and this is in the shade 102 Natural Ivory. This foundation I do like. I have, you know, used sometimes of it, but I feel like this foundation you have to use so much to get any coverage. I have to use a good 3 or 4 pumps to get any kind of coverage with this. I have used this maybe once or twice and I just hate it. I just don't like the idea of a cream foundation. It comes with a brush and I haven't even used it. The coverage is okay, but I just do not like the consistency. I think that is all the foundations that I have that are, you know, drugstore. So now I'm going to move on to my more expensive foundation. Firstly, I have got the Benefit Hello Flawless foundation in the shade I'm Pure For Sure Ivory. As you can see, I've used half of this. I do really like this. It is a fuller coverage. I wouldn't say this is full coverage. I'd say it is maybe like a medium coverage. It's a little bit yellow, so I can't wear it all that often, but if I blend it out a lot, it's good. Next, I have got the Makeup Forever HD foundation, and this is the shade N110. This is the old foundation. They have a new one, like an Ultra HD foundation or something. I haven't bought that. I've only got this one. I bought this when I was in New York last year. It is a nice foundation. I've worn this. I wore it on my birthday and I wore it another day. I do like the coverage, I do like the colour, and I do like the foundation formula, but I don't know, I just never reach for it. And I haven't tried the newer formula, so I can't compare, but this one is pretty nice. The last couple of my foundations are very expensive ones. The last one I have to show you is the Too Faced Born This Way foundation, and this is in the shade Porcelain. And I'm very sorry to say that I haven't tried this foundation yet, so I cannot tell you if I like it or not. Lighter shade, but I feel like it's still going to be a bit too dark, so I might have to blend it. But the packaging is easily the most beautiful packaging foundation that there is, so this is the best one I have for packaging. Next, I have got the Kat Von D Lock It foundation in the shade Light 44, which is the lightest foundation that they do. And this is amazing. This is such an amazing foundation. It is full coverage, like full coverage. Doesn't make my skin dry. The color is really good. It's a pinky undertone, so it matches my skin very well. Okay, and lastly, the foundation brand for high-end that is my favorite is NARS. I have got the NARS Sheer Matte Foundation in Siberia and the NARS All Day Luminous Weightness Foundation in the shade 2 Mont Blanche. Oh my god, these are my favorite foundations that are high-end. This one is really good. It is a matte foundation as it suggests, and it's a very good coverage, very good color. Really like this, but this, oh my god, is probably my favorite foundation that I found of all time. Quite moussey, but the coverage is so good. Now this is expensive. I think it is worth every single penny. This is just the most amazing foundation I've ever tried in my whole life. Worth the money. I wear this like every day. You only need 1 pump to cover your whole face. It's just so good, guys. So yeah, that is the end of my foundation collection. As you can see, I have got way too many foundations. that anyone like, you know, no one needs that many foundations, but I am just a collector. So let me know in the comments down below what your favorite foundation is, and if I have mentioned it, or if I haven't mentioned it, please give me recommendations, because I'm always looking for a new foundation to try out. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!